for far too long.
Do you like his music? No.
The ruins of Midway.
The ruins of Midway?
Like, there's like 3 huge islands in this big sort of lake, I guess, and all of them are ruins now.
Yeah.
You have like the Magic Island, you've got Midway, and you've got Vinny's Islands, and all 3 of them were completely destroyed during the war. I feel like our place got off the best, though. Like, our place was still the most intact. Although we didn't, like, entirely lose Rogan's house. Like, there's nothing left of it.
Yeah.
Except for erased.
He did protect his stuff, though. Like,
yeah.
his most valuable
I'm surprised
stuff.
he didn't break into that thing.
Well, you can't break the blocks. It was from a
Oh.
Magic and Artifice thingy. And he just made an entire chamber where he put the one chest in. Yeah, the vault. He made the vault in his house.
I really liked when he would just set it up in his living room, and after the war, that's the only part of his house that was still standing.
Yeah, as soon as I heard there was contention going on, I knew it was about to be all-out war. Like, I was like, oh, they're having a civil war? Oh, they're definitely gonna turn it on us and burn down Rogan's house somehow in the process.
That's like tried and true. That's exactly what you do if people are like really unhappy and discontent in your country, so you blame it on someone else and go to war. And so that's why I was like pushing so hard. I was like, Cran, don't forget what they don't even tell you the coast, the castle and stuff, Cran. You're a war hero and this is how they treat you. I was like trying to egg on Cran and stuff, but it wasn't working fast enough. But like for a little bit there, they were actually fighting each other. So I was like calling it off with Chet, because I was like, oh, maybe we might not need help, because it seems like they've devolved into civil war and they're going to kill each other now. And then they just somehow all unified and declared war.
Yeah, I knew that would happen somehow, and it happened for no reason at all, and I knew it would.
That was my favorite part of the war afterwards, was that because the first one, I still don't really think it's my fault. You could make an argument that it was my fault. It was, maybe partly caused by me, but it wasn't my fault. It was not my fault. It wasn't my choice. This one, it was like, had nothing to do with it starting pretty much. I was like conveniently the only person online who was part of like a big country that would be the perfect location for invasion. So they just had to like throw it on us instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the vault is still here. Yeah, this place is completely shot. At least the aquarium he had in his basement survived.
Yeah. They didn't touch that at all.
Yeah. It's like a whole little ecosystem down there. It's like a whole little world, and it has no idea that a huge war like occurred right over it. And that it's like the only part of the house that's left actually now.
Yeah.
My house was pretty unscathed. Somebody broke through the wall and like broke a couple of things and then burned my floor and I guess destroyed my chest too, but I didn't really care at that point. So I was getting so much free stuff from looting that I didn't even care. And I had to like, I don't even know if you saw them, Ricky, but I was preparing for like war, so I made a few kits and put them on the ground, kind of at the edge of the forest between the walls of your new village you made and my house in that little area. I had like 3 chests just like sitting at the tree line, which also got burned down, and they had like some emeralds and like a plane and then like 2 full sets of armor. and nobody touched them during the whole invasion. Nobody even touched them. And so
What?
when I came back, there was like the airplane, all the parachutes, like some fuel, some TNT, and like 2 sets of full like iron armor and stuff, just free for the taking.
Bro.
I didn't feel as bad about coming back to our place to like take a bunch of stuff, like is all the military equipment was like the main thing I was looking for, and pretty much all of it was stuff that I got anyways.
Mm.
Can you still get on the... Oh, you can still get on the roof here.
What
That's
roof?
kind of cool. The roof of the castle. I guess it turned into your house at some point, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this chest is completely untouched, too, and there's two...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and some
I remember
gold.
covering it all in dirt.
Yeah, it's still covered in dirt up here.
What's in there? I forgot.
The one of the chests that was unburied has 2 music discs, 5 gold, 55 lapis, and then like a bunch of random stuff like rusted half armor and stone tools, and then boats and stuff like that. What is the
Dang.
air raid siren? That's crayons. I'm taking that.
Oh, nice.
I know. I thought there were some other chests up here too. Oh yeah, there's one too. This one had a bunch of armor that kind of sucks. Probably should take it though. Oh yeah, this is the big one.
The
It's
big
nothing in
one.
it. There's a big double chest and it had pretty much nothing in it.
Dang.
Yeah, they hit a lot of places and then missed a lot of other places at our island. But it feels like for the most part, aside from like the mines where Chet didn't want to go, their island got just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
Any of the buildings that were on the surface, almost any of them were like just completely destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's kind of funny that for a while there was a time when people didn't just put all the most valuable things in like a buried treasure chest under the ground because we didn't think like wars would get this bad. But then Ben started doing it, and so then I learned from Ben and started doing it, and then eventually everybody does it now because that's like the only thing you can do if a huge war starts.
Yeah, that's what I did. Every time like I would be streaming, I would turn my gameplay off. It would just be my face cam, and then I'd go in underground into my secret tunnels.
Yeah, I feel like either hiding things in the mines or hiding things just in a random field under a single grass block are the 2 best places to hide stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like I had smooth stone, like I had normal stone that I'd cooked, and so I put it in the wall of one of my strip mines.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you'd want to do.
And nobody knew. I never told anyone till now.
Yeah, honestly, you could use like even cobblestone stuff because if you get like into the mindset of people who are invading, you're like, if I was invading, would I actually like? Because they're in such a rush, right? Like they're in a huge rush to like destroy as much stuff as possible before they die. People are chasing them or maybe not, and they want to get all the best stuff as fast as they can. So like just tiny things that are really obvious to you, they probably just won't even notice and stuff. So that's why I would like, it doesn't work as well anymore during wars, but normally my strategy is I go out into like a forest right next to my house and I choose a certain tree and say I'm gonna remember this tree, and then at the base of the tree I break the block and put a chest there.
Ooh.
So it's like a mental treasure map in my head. But nowadays people burn the forest down too, and so last war before this one, I had to like dig around the side of my hillside for a really long time to find the chest because the forest got completely burned down.
Oh yeah, it did.
So I had no idea where it went. Oh yeah, we're gonna have like this crazy underground layer too, where he was making the dudes, the Domber machines. Kinda cool as fuck. We never even got the whole island. Like there's still a bunch of forests on the south and southeast of the island. That like I felt like the island was full, but there was still like all that area there that we never really touched.
With the
There wasn't
forest?
a whole lot of area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we put like the portion in the south and the southeast. It was like, I don't know, it's not really that much room, but I was like always feeling like the island was way too cramped for 5 people. But yeah, there's like this whole area here that pretty much was untouched for most of history, even though our island is such a significant place.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what why I thought it would be so awesome, is because there was all of us in such a small place. It was well fortified, but
Yeah.
it was just that we didn't know that it was gonna be a war against our island. We just thought it was gonna be
Yeah.
Midway, and then out of nowhere, someone snuck back and just destroyed my stuff.
Yeah. I think it was Jick came to the island originally because he was angry at Chet for having god powers and stuff, and so he just beeline for Chet's base, and I thought it was Cran or maybe even Binny that came along afterwards and saw Jick attacking Chet's place, and then thought, oh, I can just attack everywhere, and so then they...
Oh, of
started,
course.
like,
Cran
setting
always
things on
does
fire.
that, man. It's always Cran. It's like, oh, I guess I'll burn everyone's house down because Jake took this one thing.
Guess we're going all out now. That's what I see map. I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure Jick was like the original person to escalate the war to our island, but he only originally was doing it against Chet in particular and none of us, and then I thought it was maybe either it was actually him or it was Cran or Binny that followed him and just started destroying everything else too. And that's what really escalated it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even at the end of the war, they were fine with making peace with everybody except for Chet, because they were, the main war goal or war target for them was Chet instead of any of us. We were kind of just like sidelined because Chet was so powerful.
Yeah. And this reminds me of Minecraft Attack, where they started like attacking us, and then Cran, for no reason, just burns down everybody's houses.
Yeah.
That
If it was Cran this time, I'm actually kind of surprised that he hadn't like learned after Minecraft Attack. I'd be impressed just because it was like obvious enough to not escalate wars in Minecraft Attack, and that happened anyways. So
you know what?
Like figured out from that. Hmm?
Since nobody's watching my stream, I will say this. Cran, I will attack Cran before I leave.
You'll attack Cran?
Before I leave this server.
Okay.
That's gonna be my only goal. Do you want to do that with me?
I won't do that, but I will eagerly watch from the sidelines, because that sounds awesome.
Okay.
The only reason I said it is because in almost every war across every server ever, I'm always involved. So it's like really rare that there would be a war that I'm not involved in. That'd be cool if there's a war where I could just like not even be involved and just look on. That'd be neat.
Why would you say that all of a sudden when you're like, I need to attack someone right now?
Well, this is the perfect opportunity, because usually wars only happen between like, it's usually like me and Tucker and Ben and Jick and Binny, like us, and we're split up in some way on different teams, and it's usually the main wars are spearheaded by any of us, but it's never like, you know, like you or like Owen or Chet or, I don't know who else plays in this series, like Matthew, and like other people like that. It's never other people that usually start wars. It feels like it's usually like consistently like either something like I start or Jick starts or Binny starts or Ben starts or Tucker starts usually. So I feel like we're the most interested.
Yeah, Jick usually likes to start wars. Yeah, and you too. And
yeah. I find recently though, I'm usually on the receiving end of a lot of wars. I'm like not as warlike as I used to be, but I still end up involved in so many wars. Sometimes I am though. Sometimes I'm like kind of pushing for people to fight because it would be cool.
Yeah, and you wanted that war to happen. You're like, please.
Yeah, I didn't want that war to happen, but we were just like the way it ended up happening. We were just like hot completely off guard by it. Like, we were scrambling to get as many people online as we could to
Yeah.
fight the war in the first place.
It's true.
Then, like, Owen didn't even get to fight into it or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went, like, all out on fortifying the island, though. You had, like, you turned the whole coast into a cliff coast, and then even the original fort, you were, like, digging around and putting pits everywhere and stuff.
Yeah.
People would fall in.
And I made that other place hard to get through. The...
Yeah.
What's it called? The forest.
I think it's funny as well, the whole time we had this island, even though we're an island nation and we, like, used boats plenty to go from place to place, the biggest sort of, like, port we ever had for ships was a tiny little dock at the bottom of a bridge. That was, like, the most significant area to get on and off of the island through boats, is like a tiny little dock just under a bridge almost. I just think it's funny. And usually it's iced over during winter too, and so we just like end up parking way out at sea because that's where the ice starts. Wait, did you ever end up putting roofs on the one village you were making down here before the war started?
No, I was in the middle of
okay.
a huge project making that, and then they just
Yeah.
destroyed all my stuff. So I just
I wasn't
scrapped
sure
that.
if they burned the roofs off or if they were like just didn't have roofs yet in the first place.
Nah, they didn't have any roofs. They were like, I was half done making that too.
Our island is super sick, actually. That was only like I remember being like kind of not liking it just because it was like I don't know. It felt very anarchic, I guess, where everyone kind of just did whatever and like everyone did their own thing for the most part, even though we were all hanging out on the same island and stuff. But
I thought that was awesome.
It was the result of some cool things.
Yeah.
I was like, sometimes I envied Jake and Binny and Cran's place because they had like an actual like government of any sort, and they would like I don't know start projects to get things done. And stuff.
I didn't want that.
You didn't want that?
Nah,
Well,
man.
I don't know. I understood why people wouldn't want it. I was like sometimes I was like it's kind of hard to get things done over here because you don't just like I don't know. I guess if I did like just ask, I could get everyone to get stuff done, but
Yeah,
yeah,
for the people,
sometimes
by the
it felt
people.
like it just I don't know, sometimes it felt like things got done slowly here because it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, that's true. We probably enjoyed it more though, because
Yeah.
for the people, by the people, freedom.
It makes it more impressive because all of this was just done like independently, people getting together and saying, let's build a huge city over here, like let's build walls or like I don't know, make an armory or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that makes all the accomplishments on the island more impressive to me.
Okay, okay.
It is by the people.
And it's a team group effort, that's for sure.
Yeah. That was also really funny that everyone could have, like the first time with probably not the first time, but like one of the few times on our servers, a player that was offline but still part of a group didn't get raided during the war. Like Owen's house is completely untouched because he wasn't online.
Yeah.
Like, he would get on and just the whole island has been reduced to ruins and there's war
But
everywhere.
not
and
his
stuff.
house.
His house is completely fine. Nobody took anything out of that chest. Nobody set it on fire. Nobody mined it. It was perfectly intact.
And you know the most impressive thing? He hasn't even played like that much since the war either.
I think he was kind of saying that he thought the server would die after the war, which to be fair, it kind of did.
It
That's
just
we don't have
died
enough
down. It died down. It didn't die out.
Yeah. Because it used to be like consistent, like around 7 players on at a time during nighttime and stuff. But
Yeah, every day. But that's
yeah,
not every
but
day
now,
anymore.
Now it's very, very few people playing it. But I want the server to do good, so that's why I'm like playing it still.
Yeah,
So I
me
feel
too.
like there's still some cool stuff we can get done here. But,
Yeah, we gotta get the
it's
season 2
it's
of
hard
this
to
server.
play when everybody else also doesn't want to play. and so it's just like really lonely, and there's nothing to do.
Oh, I feel differently. I just think there's so much to do.
There's so much to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a weapons dealer for the battles that are gonna take place at Midway, in the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, the world battlefield.
Yeah, we're gonna have a Coliseum there. I think we should have.
I think maybe I should take a note out of your book and just start like a mega project at my base and just build some massive wall or something.
Yeah,
Just,
that's like the
something
most fun
huge that I
thing.
can pour a bunch of time into.
Yeah, that's like the most rewarding thing is to see the fruits of your labors like this.
Yeah. The only reason I don't do those usually is because I've got bad memories of what's it called? Like do you know what the tukes are?
The
That we
Tukes?
built? Yeah, TUK.
No.
Oh, they were like, I feel like I've probably told you about them before, but they're like these huge things that me and Tucker and like other people sometimes as well would just decide to build sometimes. Sometimes as a base, but sometimes just as like a huge mega project to do. But
Okay.
it's pretty much, we just skin the earth, pretty much is what we call it, where we get a bunch of shovels and just mine all of the dirt on the surface in a certain area, and then either over it or next to it, we build a huge block of dirt, where it's like hollow on the inside, it's only 1 block thick on all sides, but it's just like this huge, massive block of like dirt and then grass on the top, and then we live on the very top, and it's like a super flat world up there.
Whoa, that's cool.
And they're kind of feats of terraforming at first, where I think it started because Tucker was living on top of a mountain, but he didn't like how bumpy it was, so he flattened it all out, but then it was kind of like flat but circular, and so he spread it out and like pretty much built it's kind of hard to explain, but he built it out so it was a square mountain, even though it was originally more rounded, and then from there I started adding onto it, and then we just went wild, and so we made a super crazy tuke. But that's like kind of my standard for a mega project on the server. But there's one that we built that was so huge that it actually just killed the server because we put
What?
all of the time we had into it. And like it was like a group effort. Most of the server was working on building it because it was so incredibly large, and we were working on it for like days. And then by the time we just barely finished it, it like took longer to build it than the server was alive, and everybody was also kind of just burnt out because they spent all of their time building like the greatest structure ever.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I don't know if we still have the save, but we usually call it the Mega Tuke or the Omega Tuke or something.
Oh, we
It
should
was
have
literally
done
just
something like
the
that.
biggest thing ever. It was really cool to look at, but it was like, I don't know, it was it was kind of like I felt nothing by the end of it because we had spent so much time building it, but I was consistently like, it was like me and sometimes 1 or 2 other people on the server for like days after it was built, and nobody cared anymore. But since then, I don't really build mega projects, but I feel like if it's not that incredibly large, it would be probably better.
Yeah, I mean,
That was just like unachievable, but we somehow achieved it.
dude, we should have done something like that. Like, the reason it would be worth it for me is because I would definitely make a bomb YouTube video out of that. So I could,
Building a super mega structure.
yeah, I could show everyone else how awesome that is, instead of it just being like our thing. You can
Yeah,
be.
I think Dick has a bunch of old saves from old servers, so he might have that one. That was one of the prick pack servers. It was one of the early ones. I think he might have played on it, but he might not have. But it was definitely a while back. But that one, it was honestly impressive. I remember like doing the math on it and like crunching the numbers, and I don't even know. I can't even ballpark how many stacks it was, but I thought it was like 14,000 stacks of dirt, I want to say.
It was all dirt.
Around there. It was all dirt, but we made sure there was like a grass block or 2 on the top, and so we skinned the earth and built this whole kind of hollow block that's only 1 block thick out of dirt. And then we put grass on the top, and then it's like this heavenly, everything's perfectly flat, we can do whatever we want on the surface on the top. And then just everywhere else, it just looks like this massive, like, grass block from a distance. They also made a big deal out of, like, having people living in the undertoque, we called it, which was just underneath the toque inside of the cube. And so we always imagined that was like a slum world or something. So we were like these, what's the word, opulent kings living on top of this heavenly, like, massive block that we built. But then there's the undertoque, and that's where we put people we don't like and stuff. And so we just, throw them down to the undertoque, and it's like this dystopian slum city underneath the toque that never sees sunlight or anything. But I think maybe only on one or two occasions did anyone ever live under one. And it was probably very short-lived because I barely remember anything about that.
Oh man, if we did that when I was around, when was this actually?
This, we kind of slowed down and stopped building them. I think last modded server, me and Tucker started building one, but the server kind of died and then we stopped building and then I moved away from the mountain base.
Uh-huh.
And I thought Chet was at least, I thought it was like me, Tucker, and Chet, and maybe some other people, but I don't know. But that was, whatever the last modded server was, that wasn't too long ago. That was, I don't really remember when that was, but it wasn't too long ago. Maybe within a year. But that was like kind of trying to revive it, because before that we hadn't built it for a while. I don't remember when we started or when the golden age was. It's kind of hard to line them up to years, but it was a while ago for sure.
Okay.
It was in like 2017, 2018 days though, for sure. Definitely like past 2019 or past. Something like that. Yeah, maybe I should make like this super huge Great Wall of China around my base or
yes.
something. That'd be cool.
Yes, build it not thick like a lot of your other walls. Just build it one block thick, but just the widest, like longest wall you can.
Yeah.
And really tall.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
I'll try to build it around this entire biome, but I'm kind of afraid that world spawn would be within this entire biome. Maybe this is how I keep stragglers coming from world spawn from getting to my bases. I build the Great Wall of China, except instead of holding up the Mongols, it's to stop new players from just roaming around my base and looking at things. I put signs all around to say, like, private property, beware of dog or something.
What do I do with all this? I guess the sage, I don't think I can eat. Spinach. Put down here. Barley. Can I eat barley just plain?
Maybe. Maybe instead of a Great Wall. A Great Wall I feel like would be comforting to have, but if people really wanted to, they just tower over with dirt or just like break through with their hands or something. But I want to build like an Imperial Palace maybe instead. That would be cool.
Ooh, build something. Yeah, I'm thinking like the most
Chinese style Imperial thing.
Okay, I was just thinking to build the most impressive look at thing, which might be the wall, but also you could build something really wide or something really tall.
Yeah, actually that would be cool. Instead of an Imperial Palace, like the bottom sort of few floors would be the Imperial Palace, and then it would turn in the center of the complex. It would turn into the Imperial Tower as well. It'd be like this huge Chinese style, almost pagoda type thing.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now to have like a super luxury office at the top or something.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Storefan, sorry I forgot to give you any notice. I'm leaving from Mexico on March 6th. Well, we have not stopped talking for a single second in like the last 20 minutes. So I could take this short break to finally. This guy in chat, Lucas, said something like 15 minutes ago, but we haven't stopped talking. So he said Mexico when? I guess March 6th, which is in a month and a half or something. And then he sounds very friendly. Talking about you.
Oh, I'm friendly.
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But better. I'm his rival.
Yeah, Santa's got nothing on you. That bozo.
That'd be funny if I just became Santa Claus one day. Oh, they made a movie about that, actually.
The Santa Claus, yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yep. That
sounds lame now that, now that I think about it. I remember it was like an alright movie, but it wasn't very good.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't very good. That's the true.
Part where Santa fell off of the roof, though.
Yeah, and dies because he falls off of a roof. Onto snow, mind you.
I think isn't it because the guy also yells at him, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing on my roof?" And he just like gets startled and falls down and dies.
Even though he's Santa and he does this every year.
He's been doing this for like 1,000 years now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna build the Imperial Palace. I know what I'm gonna build it out of, though. I know what I'm gonna build it out of, but I don't know what I'm gonna build it out of.
What?
I wonder if the green block would look good as the Maybe.
Green block would look good in stone?
It'd look good as the roof, maybe. Don't know for sure.
Yeah, green, yeah. Sure.
Well, I went on a huge walk today, too.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it wasn't during nighttime, so it wasn't like the other ones, but I went on a big old walk, and I walked all around town, and I didn't like Broadway, or Main Street, or whatever. I call it Main Street, and then everyone was like, it's actually technically Broadway, and so now that's what I call it, but it doesn't sound right. So Broadway sounds like you're talking about like a big play or something on New York Broadway.
It does, yeah.
Makes me angry. I'm gonna rename that street. It's the last thing I do.
Why?
I'll name it after myself, just so it's not called Broadway anymore, because it's stupid.
That's a good idea.
I don't know what actual Main Street is, but I remember it's not. It doesn't feel like Main Street, and it's not a real Main Street. It's just wrong. It's just not right. That's all I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I can hear you. That was just that was just rude for no reason.
Do you have green block?
Do I have green
I'll only
ball?
forgive you if you give me green block.
Oh, green block? I have no green block.
No green block, not one?
Nope.
Not one green block?
Nope. No.
Is it the green block I'm thinking of?
What do you mean?
Are we talking about the same green block?
Yeah, I don't have any blocks that are green.
Teal?
No.
Not one? Not one?
Yep. Not one teal block, not one green block, or turquoise. No turquoise blocks either.
I'm never talking to you again.
Sorry, I can't serve you, master.
At least you know.
I'm making fun of you.
I found green block, so.
You fool? I'm making fun of you.
Fool,
yeah, you fool.
Just not right.
Well, take it up with the big boss.
No such thing.
If you got a problem with it, take it up with the big boss.
No.
Oh, good. I'm glad there's no problems.
It's not the truth.
What's the truth?
Not that.
Okay.
Something funny to you or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No worries. I'm running green block right now. Is that cool or what?
What's the green? What's it called?
Viridian.
Inferium or Viridium?
Viridium.
Okay.
I gotta get out of the pit.
Nah, get out of the pit, dog. Watch out, man.
I'm in the pit right now, and I don't need to be.
Watch
Back, I
out,
need to
man.
be out of the pit.
Watch out, man. Get out of the pit, man.
What, do you not like the pit?
Do you not like the pit?
I like the pit. Pit's my favorite.
Oh, okay. I love the pit.
No problems with the pit. That's for
No,
sure.
no problems whatsoever, sir. No, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
What if I became a pit lord? No, I owned the pit. Actually, I already do.
I
There's
own
no
the
need.
pits, is what you would say if you're a gangster. I own the pits.
How do you know I'm not?
I own the pits. That sounds kind of sexual, almost.
No way.
I own the pits. You got nice pits.
It's
I
just annoying to
own
craft, I
those
wonder.
pits.
It is annoying to craft. Alert, it's annoying to craft. It sucks.
Whoa!
Oh, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. I
Uh-oh.
need more things to throw into the fire. Oh shit.
Lucas,
Oh no.
Hey, Ricky.
Oh, hey, Tucker.
How's
You-
it going?
Lucas's notification sound on his Alexa just summoned you. That was awesome.
True.
Alright, I'm back. It stopped talking.
Oh, yeah.
Lucas.
Woo! What's going on, dog?
Ugh,
You know.
that guy.
What was that noise?
Ugh. Not this
That was
guy.
a guttural enough. Ugh. Ugh. You gotta really feel your throat flapping.
Oh, I always feel your throat flapping.
You like Viridium, Ricky?
Don't think about that
What's
too
that
hard,
from?
Tucker.
Oh, that's the block, right?
Yeah.
That's a green one. And guess what?
That's
Ricky
a
said he
good
didn't have a single bit. Do you believe this?
What?
I don't
No.
believe
It's
it.
true.
He's
It's
a
true.
liar.
No, it's true. I don't have any.
So, Ricky, why are you lying to us?
Good point.
Woo! I gained 2 hearts. Oh yeah.
Okay, try to use cobblestone or Viridium for the roof.
Viridium.
Viridium? Would look
Yeah.
good, you think?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll
It
build it
looked
on the
unique.
Viridium.
That's the thing. You know, cobblestone.
Yeah.
Everyone has cobblestone buildings.
Cobblestone, I'm sick and fucking tired of cobblestone. I'll tell it to you straight.
Mm-hmm. It's the block of the lower class.
And I'll tell you what else, I'm sick of dealing with limestone. I don't want anything to do with limestone no more. But I don't know what to do with it, what to use in return instead. Maybe it is. Maybe I should use limestone. It does look kind of cool. No.
I feel like limestone's like not mold, stale calcite. Looks like.
What?
Well,
It looks like what?
It happens with the redstone, so it's really convenient to use both of them, but I just don't like it. Oh.
Eh?
Oh.
Yeah. How's it going?
That was good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
That doesn't seem right.
It isn't. Is
What's not right?
Oh, nothing.
I love all of this not talking that we're doing.
Yeah.
Actually, my favorite type of talking is where we don't like get any meaning across at all.
Where we like talk but don't have a conversation.
Yeah, we're just saying things so that there's not silence. It feels like.
I did like when Ricky said that. I always feel your throat flapping. And there was like 10 seconds of silence. That was good.
It was a moment
It
of
was deserved
silence for the
also.
fallen children. Don't think about that too hard. Okay, that is. Don't think about that.
I
I'm
think
like
Ricky,
the
we should
biggest
speedrun getting your stream taken down.
We should.
Cran would be
That'd be fun.
the world record champion, I bet.
Cran would be like a doomsday weapon. Is that
Yeah.
Cran? Cran?
Hey, Crown. Oh,
Who is it?
not Crown. Just
Who goes there?
Cran's
Oh,
not.
hello, Jezerat.
Why is Jusipat here?
Wow, that's quite rude
I'm
of you,
just kidding, I'm just-
Chet. What are you up to, Jack?
I was just watching
My stream?
no. I was watching the pre-lecture video that we have to watch before going tomorrow for our 3-hour lecture in the morning on a Saturday.
That's
And we had to watch the pre-lecture video, which was an hour and a half.
That's
And then
absurd.
the thing is, I skipped most of it because I already learned it last semester,
Oh.
and the
Was it-
classes are overlapping.
Wait, is this the type of guy that you could listen to his lectures on like 2x speed and be fine?
I don't know. So far,
Are
it
they
was
dense or are they just kind of like slow talking?
slow.
Okay.
I don't know. We already learned it in a different class, what we're being taught now, but once it actually gets into stuff that we have to know, it'll probably suck. Because it's like 4 to 5 hours on one class a week.
That seems like annoying.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
math.
Ugh. Yeah, I think in high school and below, math should just be like taught in science class because I think math is basically just science.
Yeah,